I've been a Zelda fan my entire life. I loved and played nearly every game. From Ocarina of Time to Twilight Princess, Link and Zelda practically raised me. So naturally, when I found that Nintendo was releasing Skyward Sword, I wanted to play it. On release day, I was one of the first people in the store. I had brought every dollar I had with me. I hadn't even borrowed from friends and family. Surely that would have been enough for the game, which I wanted and needed so dearly. However, my everything was not enough. What I had in my pocket was not enough for my beloved game. Disheartened, I began to walk slowly home. Standing right outside the shop was an old man, smiling brightly like it was the best day in the world. Of course it was for him. He had a copy of Skyward Sword in his hand. He was a normal-looking guy, a person you could see in the street passing by and never really noticed. But there was something off about him that I couldn't put my finger on. As I stared at him, he looked right at me and his smiling got brighter. I showed him the finger that told him exactly what I thought of his happiness. I just personally made my way home, thinking maybe I could borrow a copy from one of my friends. But then I realized hardly any of my friends were gamers. None of them played Zelda. They were too busy playing stupid games like Halo and Call of Duty. As I moped some more, I noticed the old man, the same old man as before, just standing there, staring at me, still holding the copy of Skyward Sword, still smiling. This time he was holding the game out slightly towards me. This man was starting to really creep me out, so I looked down and walked faster. I glanced up, and after a few steps, he was right in front of me, practically shoving the game up my nose, and I stopped, startled by his sudden appearance. "What do you want?" I yelled. Why do you keep following me?" In response, he smiled even wider and tapped me on the chest with the game box. "Do you want me to have this?" I asked. No response. Directly I took the game box from him as soon as I grabbed it. The old man's smile disappeared. I think it was a trick. I quickly opened the box. The plastic was off, but I didn't take any notice of it. I just really wanted the game. Inside was the game and nothing seemed wrong with it. I turned it over to look back on the reflect side, looking for any blemishes or scratches. Again, there were none, except for the back of it was darker than it should have been. I took notice of this, however, in the place where this should have been game pamphlets, like there usually are. There was a single piece of folded up college rule notebook paper. On it were only 2 words. These 2 words had haunted me ever since. It seemed like nothing at the time, but seriously, it frightens me now. The 2 words read, "Good luck." I looked up to thank the old man, but he had disappeared. I practically ran home, bursting with excitement. Though some miracle of late, I had still managed to acquire a copy of Skyward Sword. I burst inside my house, heading straight for the TV. Near my parents were home, but that was alright with me. I turned on the Wii and inserted the game in. My hands were shaking with excitement, but I froze in awe when the title screen popped up. I can easily tell that this game was going to exceed my expectations. I had no idea how right I was. Maybe if I ignored the man at the shop or had to take the game from him, none of this would have happened. I wouldn't be alright. Too late now. I opened the game, seeing nothing wrong with it. It played fine as far as I could tell. After a new game file in my name began to play, I noticed nothing wrong. No glitches, nothing. except for one thing. I was talking to Giapora near the beginning of the game after Zelda has been kidnapped. He had told me good luck, and when I did, his eyes looked straight at me for a split second. Not my character Link, but directly at me. It was only briefly, but I sure it was right at me, hoping that it was just a glitch. I continued to play. I played for hours without any problems. I got all the way through Skyview's temple, where you first fight more Girgahim. During the cutscene, before I actually began to fight, the game froze, and my TV emitted a long, loud, high-pitched beep. Fearing the worst, I shut off the Wii console. I waited about 5 minutes to let the Wii cool down. Hopefully fix whatever caused it to freeze. I turned it back on and returned to the title screen, only to see that my game file had been completely deleted. Disgusted, I shut down the Wii for the night and went to bed, planning on playing the entire next day, as it was Saturday. I did not sleep very well that night, though I could not put my finger on whatever was keeping me from relaxing. Perhaps it was me wanting to play the game or disappointed at having to restart at the very beginning. It was around 10 o'clock when I finally woke up in the morning. My parents were still at home. I still wasn't worried about this. But it is basically all I could think about was playing Skyward Sword. I turned on ready to start this game anew. However, when I reached the title screen, instead of the bright, happy sky with white, fluffy clouds, there were dark, ominous clouds. I think it was just a texture glitch. I kept playing. I started a new game, again with my own name, but as soon as I started, I noticed things were horribly wrong. First of all the clouds in the sky were dark and stormy instead of the white fluffy clouds like the titles. All the music was Lord Gurkim theme music. I hoped it was just glitching out, but I knew it wasn't. My entire body was cold, my hands were shaking. I wanted to stop playing, but I couldn't. I was transfixed, unable to move where I sat. I knew I had to play this until the game let me go. Everything played pretty normally until I reached the part where you need to rescue your bird, where I was in the caves on the side of a cliff. I reached the caves, but instead of my bird sitting there squawking with silence. As I approached, I saw it lying on the ground. I got closer. I saw that it had its neck snapped, and it was lying in a pool of its own blood. I realized I was traveling the island. As I turned to leave, I saw more gamer around standing there. I couldn't move. I could stand there. Then Curran chuckled. In the text box here, I read, "What do you want?" There were two options: either leave or end fight. Of course, I selected leave. I did not want to fight him. Two words appeared, and Gurren looked straight at me, just like your hero did. They read, "Good luck." Suddenly I could move again, but as I did, I froze again. I heard familiar giggling, and it chilled my blood. I started to sweat. Rising up from the clouds behind Gurren was Skull Kid, complete with Majora's Mask. And what he's doing here, he couldn't be. It wasn't possible. But then nothing so far was. Skull Kid looked at Gurren, then burst into flames. I screamed at this point. I couldn't help it. It was just pride and fear that took hold of me. Skull Kid's burning color spelled down below the clouds, the laughing. The mask floated towards Gurren and settled on his face, and it spoke. Not through text box, but actually spoke. Its voice was deep and echoed the room. I tried to mute the TV, but nothing happened. I didn't unplug it, but still. The game played on. Let's play a game, it said. Good luck. Then Gira Major rushed forward and grabbed Link by the head and legs. They pulled with ease and ripped him apart all the time. Good luck, echoed in the background. Link emitted such a scream of pain as his intro spilled out. Then I ran out of the house, leaving Donic behind. They found me 2 hours later, held in an alley, muttering common things. My parents had been gone on a business trip. Apparently, they had bought me a copy of Skyward Sword, hoping to surprise me with it. They discovered me missing with our front door open and called the police. When they took me back home, I freaked out when I saw the game and started crying and pouring away. They checked, but it was empty. I've been to countless therapy sessions, but none of them helped. The entire Zelda series was ruined. In those words, those 2 words, I'm telling you, don't take any games from strange men. I don't know, it just kind of reminded me of Dead Ben Drown. Like, it did have potential, then you lost me. You really did lost me. It's like boring, but actually readable. Either way, whoever wrote this, you can do better. Please, please, please do better. And actually, I don't know. Just don't do a Zelda Creepypasta, because that's already been done with Ben Drown, and Ben Drown is good. Could you, I don't know, maybe try something original? Like, maybe make your own fictional game Creepypasta? Like, your own, like, a game that's not real? That'll be creative. No one has done that before. Anyway, I'm done reading this.